Hello and welcome to Family by Nature. So today I have Mr and Mrs Agyei here, also from UK.
Yeah.
And they are now making the transition to Ghana. So I'll let them introduce themselves. So,
okay, so my name is Micky Agyei. I also have a YouTube channel called Micky Agyei, and I tell stories of people and places. I live in UK and I'm in the British forces actually, but we are in a transition period of coming back to Ghana.
My name is Abena Ntiamwa, or you can call me Mrs Agyei. I'm not working at the moment because I moved to Ghana permanently with my kids. So at the moment, only Micky is in UK, but as he said, we are transitioning from UK to Ghana.
that's great. So Micky and myself, when we met, I got a message from Micky.
That's yeah. You commented on Kojonov's
yes, Kojonov's
video.
Video.
And I realized that you were also transitioning, and I decided to link up.
Yeah. Since then we've been in touch, and Micky came to. That was when you were in the UK.
No, I was in Estonia at that point.
He was in Estonia at that point. Okay, yeah, because
and the pool, to be fair, was Kumasi, because one thing I've realized is all the returnees, they were showing Accra. It was Kojo who said Kumasi, so that Kumasi link was there. And then as soon as you said, I'm like, oh, okay, the more the better. So I needed to link up.
Yeah. And the funny thing is that, like what you said, you see, when most people come to Ghana, I mean, when they return, the number one choice is Accra. What is Accra? Fine, Ghana is beautiful, and like the two of us, what we share together is we've explored when we were growing up. The last time through our chat, we've explored different places in Ghana. Yeah. I've been in Tamale, Takoradi, and Micky has also been to Takoradi.
Schooled in Accra.
Yes. So I've also schooled in Accra. So the thing is, we wanted to show other parts of Ghana, like living in Kumasi. How is it like?
Yeah.
Most of the time the videos are based in Accra.
Ghana is not only Accra.
No, Ghana is not only Accra. And as a matter of fact, if you check the videos, it's only like Kojo North that you see that he does like Kumasi stuff.
The returnees.
Yeah.
But we have Judith Sewa.
She's doing
she was doing.
She's a local.
Yeah.
And Tatiana is doing.
Tatiana is my main. Tatiana
she's
is cool.
one of the few people.
Yeah,
that,
she's good. Tatiana is so cool. We met at the YouTube Creators Festival in Accra.
Yeah.
And we were in the same bars. She's so cool. We even did a video with her. She's so lovely.
It was nice and refreshing to see somebody doing
Kumasi.
Sunyani.
Away from
something away from
yeah.
But we have DIY homes and farms. There's a woman called ES from America.
Okay.
She's married to someone in the north. And she's also doing good in the north.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, so now you are transitioning to Kumasi.
Yeah.
That's great news. So Mrs. came first. So okay, tell us about the UK, the transition.
So we all grew up in Kumasi.
Okay.
We were born and bred in Kumasi, and then I traveled first after university, joined the British Army, toured around the world, and then I got married, brought my wife to come and join me. But especially my tribe, like whenever you travel, you have to invest in Ghana in a form of building, in a form of farm, business. So going away, even though we were thinking we might not come back, you still invest. So we tried to invest, and I lost £5,000. My first investment in 2009. 2009.
And then which one? Sorry, which investment was that?
So I bought land. I bought land to build 2 plots of land, and it went bad. And then the second one that we decided to buy, it was actually going bad. It was about to go bad. So when my wife came, I wasn't in the right place. We actually had a few hot discussion about she would go like, oh, I thought you were going to finish University of Ghana, become a bank manager or something like that. Because you know, when you were good in school, everybody knew that you could become something in Ghana, and that was touching them. And I was like, man, I've been trying to invest into this country, and nobody can be trusted in this country. So you know what? I'm just going to buy a house in the UK.
And then you settle. The reason I'm smiling.
That was it, isn't it?
Let me chip it. I would say it was just anger.
And disappointment.
And prior to that, the class system in this country. If you are poor in this country, trust me, you will know. People let you see. Because the rich are rich, and the poor are poor. And I've said in some of one of my videos that I couldn't get to my potential, even in the school that I wanted to go. I wanted to go to all male school, Opokuwari Kumasi High. Well, the school that I went, we call it, the government school, we call it Saito. So I was in Saito. Even though I was brilliant, I wasn't going to get 6. It was difficult. I don't know, still I cannot prove whether the teachers were not good or the system was just against us. Anyway, I got 11. It wasn't that bad, so I chose Kumasi High School. And I thought Kumasi High School was really rich, grade 11. I remember going there with my mom, who wasn't blessed, you know what I mean, with substance. And we got there and they said, you need 8 to come to this school. Kumasi High, you need 8.
Wow.
We saw people with 28 with prospectus, with admission letter, and
protocol.
Because we couldn't. And then when I went to secondary school, I went to Konongo Kumasi in the end.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Black Sheriff.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Black Sheriff style.
You see, I went there and the rich people, the rich kids, the perceived rich kids were treated better than us. Or we did all the junkie jobs. And then university came in. I knew people who were not half as intelligent and they were doing the courses I wanted to. So straight away I said, you know what, I will need to go away, gather my substance and maybe come back. Now the coming back bit got dented with all the bad businesses. I made. So my wife came in and started telling me, we need to. So I said, you know what, I'm still going to try and invest. And what happened to me, because the land that we were buying, we were thinking of building a mansion. We were building something big with swimming pool, because I've been watching a lot of what is it called? MTV. So I want to live up to that.
That was good. Whoa, that was good.
It ended up being, as I was growing and my wife started talking to me about it, it ended up being one of the best decisions, one of the best mistakes we've made. Because now, instead of building a big, we wanted to just build something. We ended up building 2 units, 3-bedroom flats.
Wow.
And I'm sure we'll come back to that.
That's powerful.
So we started going, and then we started seeing videos. Kojonov, we started seeing, I think, Korewa.
We were in a dilemma. Because he was like, he would be staying, even after retirement, he would be based in UK. And I didn't see myself. Like, I felt it was just natural, something that dawned on me. You just don't belong here. I think maybe I couldn't recover from the cultural shock. Or I don't know, but it's just something I knew deep down that we can't fit in this society. He was doing well, getting the promotions and whatnot, but then you can never ever fit in.
She could.
And it was something like, I don't know how to put it, but I said, we need to go back home. And whenever I raised...
It actually affected her mental health. Even though she would not... She didn't say that she was depressed, but from outside...
you'll be depressed.
She was depressed.
I was doing my job. I was happy, going conferences here and there, a young girl with your job. You get everything, and then he will come like occasionally, and then that's the one that will take my leave. We travel Ghana, you know, that kind of life. we just drive, and then when it's in the evening, we just lodge somewhere. The next day, it was like going home nowhere.
Like nice lifestyle. You were like the Belize bit where
And this was me. All of a sudden, I went back to the UK, and because of the nature of his job, I had to be a stay-at-home mom. It wasn't easy.
No more traveling around. I can imagine.
It wasn't easy, and it was different.
It
was different, like. And then I just sat down and I wonder how people could stay here for 30 years, especially blacks.
Like myself.
Stay, like 30 years, 40 years of their lives.
We realized that it was affecting.
But initially it wasn't easy. When you, as soon as you raised that topic, you just knew you had touched nerves. Like, it wasn't easy. So with time, I think when the dust settled, he started realizing some things, and then thank goodness that was when the time that we were contemplating was when those videos, Korewa's popular video. What's the title? To Move or Not to Move.
That
shout out to Korewa.
That video, as I commented on her channel, that video got me thinking. That was the first video that made me switch my mind.
I think it was we were on our way to Mexico.
Right? we were in Belize and we were on our way to Mexico.
That was when we were contemplating.
But again, the dust has settled. All these people telling us, actually showing us different perspectives. But then things were also working. Now God has given us some people we can trust with our investment in Ghana, and things that were moving. Even if maybe they were spending some of the money, but it was still, we were seeing progress. So,
but what
and that was when you were also like low.
Yeah, really what was making our move a bit, like you tell people, we tell people we want to move, and it comes out like we are crazy. Like we didn't know what we were doing. Didn't you get that vibe? Why would you want to move to Ghana if you've got everything here?
I mean, those in the UK.
So it got us thinking, are we making a bad decision? Is it worth it? Why is everybody against it? And it goes like, maybe that's not the best thing to do. That's not the right thing. But for me, I wouldn't say, I was between a hard and a rocky place. And another factor was due to my son, my little boy. It was to bring him or to just make him go along with the system.
So basically, we've got a son who's got a bit of spectrum. Well, that's what he was delayed in speech, and his development was a bit delayed, and the school was channeling him into the autistic.
That's what they do.
So they were going to push him aside. And growing up in Ghana, we knew that most of us, even me, now you see me talking like that, I've learned a lot. I've unlearned a lot, and I've learned a lot. And I see myself that if I grew up in the UK, I would have been given a spectrum.
They say
they would have said something. So we thought, you know what? So everything just came.
At the right time.
It came at the right time. Investment in Ghana is working, is getting somewhere. I'm moving in work. I'm moving up, so it means I might get some good payout. And my wife is now like low. You come back from work, and it's like accusations of stuff like that. And you know what? You love someone, you have to listen to them as well. So Korewa video, people are making it. And again, I also have dreams of just freelance, setting up something for myself, freelance media documentary channel. And then I stumbled on YouTube. It was a mistake. Someone told me to make a video for them, a reaction video, so that they put it across Simpson. He's also a
shout out to
he's my friend.
Oh, okay.
So I made a video and he put it on. And nobody laughed at my English, nobody laughed at my teeth. And I said, you know what? I've got a lot to give. I can actually. So there's a guy called Reggie Yates, Stacy Dooley. I will sit in my sofa, watch their extreme traveling videos, and I'm started going, this is what I want to do. Even if you don't pay me, YouTube is there. if I can get some investment that will feed me, I can actually live my small BBC dream on my channel.
And you control it.
And I thought I could do it more in Ghana. So this is where we were. So what we did was...
It was getting intense with my son, because every day when I was taking him to school, I was so anxious. Because you take him to school and then the text message, he didn't do this, he couldn't do that, he didn't do, so we are referring you to this specialist, we are referring you to this hospital. It was getting on my nerves. Like, sometimes I would just turn on my phone and then tell AJ to switch on if he gets any message from the school, because I realized it was making me anxious and uncomfortable. And I would say the shoulder break, the horse's back was when they said we went for the first session with my son, we went for the second one, they couldn't find anything, and then the school still wrote us that they were referring us to a third one.
Even though doctors are saying
they just want to put you in a box, you know.
So I just said, this can continue. Let me take him home for a year or two and let's see how it goes.
So it was a Friday, we were not thinking of them moving. By Sunday I was preparing to let them come.
It was that swift.
This is where we are. So March 23rd. It was March 2022.
On the 20th, I think 23rd of March.
Yeah, March, that's when.
When you moved to Ghana. So we came.
It wasn't kind of a plan. We didn't plan.
We came then. We came January 2022. You came then in March. Oh, so you've been here all the time. So you'll be a year next month then.
It was because of my son, because your kids are so dear to you. Of course. When sometimes you go and pick him from school and you could see he's cried, like he's cried.
How old is he now?
He's 5 going 6. You could see he's cried his eyes out, and then you ask yourself, what happened in my absence? What has he been through today? And it was heartbreaking.
I can imagine.
It was heartbreaking. So we just didn't plan nothing. We just put our luggages and then we packed them in. And then we set off. So
I decided, for me, what I did was, we are lucky we don't pay rent in Ghana. We've got our own house. That's good. So I decided to downsize. That's good. I call it unplugging from the UK system. So I cancelled all my... I'm laughing because of some of the stories I gave. I don't know if you can put it in here. I told them that I've been divorced. So I have to move from the house. So they cancelled all my my direct debits, and then I moved into what we call the sergeant's mess, and that's where I live. So just a 1-bedroom. That's it.
It's more than enough. It's just like you said, you have to tell them you're divorced. Remember when you want to come to Ghana, you don't get like holidays. And then you tell them, oh, my mom died, or my and
so
then
you need a break.
One friend will say, hey, I've already killed my mom. what am I going to say? It was so funny. So that's how you moved. Okay, so since moving, how is your son doing?
Excellent.
Hey!
Seriously.
To God be the glory.
I didn't know.
Wow.
The first day I took him to school, it was quite tense. So I didn't want them to go to a school far from my house, just so that
you can.
Just so they call me out at their beck and call. So I took him to school the first day. I said nothing to the teachers. I was hoping to. And then they went, no call, nothing. I said, oh, thank God. Second day, so third day, it got to some time, and then the teachers got back to me, and then they said they've realized he had a speech delay, and I said, yes, I just wanted to test the waters. So this and this and this and this and this is the problem. He has speech delay, but he understands instructions, but then because of different accents and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah.
It would take time.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
please give him some time. And they understood me, and then they gave and it's one thing here. You are able to explain yourself, and they are able to come to. I'm not saying it doesn't happen to in the UK. But the cultural settings,
sometimes the cultural settings, the cultural settings.
They understand, and then growing up, we had some. You cast your mind back.
I mean,
we had some kids in the neighborhood and in our schools that we thought, but when we reached adolescent like JSS, everything became normal.
You know why I was this particular? I mean, like with your son. You know, when we were in Germany, when we moved to UK in 2008, and when we came, I had 5 kids, 4 boys, 1 girl. Naomi was the only girl, and the last kid was David. David was 1 when we moved. So when we moved, we were living with my sister at in Luton. So he was 1. We just moved. We were speaking Twi at home. We were speaking German and English. So I think he got confused, and that caused like speech delay. And the same thing happened to a friend of mine. The son was it's a Japanese Ghanaian family. They moved also to UK. The son also had the same thing. So we had to take David to speech therapy, and there was you know, they will say, oh, maybe it's autism and stuff, you know. But I was telling my wife, I was just smiling. I said, look, my brother Nana Kwame, he was like in school, he was slow. My dad used to say, you wait, he will be fine, you wait. And Nana Kwame is one of the top managers here in Ghana at the moment. He excelled in first class at the university. He was one of the top bosses at Nestle. Now he's a great manager at Farm Milk. So I told him that Nana Kwame was like that. Just give him some time, you know. And David is by nature like quiet, but if he starts to talk, you even get up. So later he used to go to. We did a lot of sessions and and then they saw that he was doing fine. Later he used to teach the other kids about animals and stuff. And the teachers always in high school, they say if we had only like the few of David's type, the school would be every week excellent behavior, work, everything. And he's so deep-minded. I mean, the books that he reads. So it's just time. Sometimes it's the lack of patience. It is lack of patience.
I think in UK, sometimes I don't blame the teachers. The blame culture is there. If they don't do something right now,
of course,
something happens, they are the people who will be on the chopping block. So, but what I've seen in my son, I'm chilled. Before, like I was like, how am I going to, you know? He will not write. If you give him dots, then he will be able to join an A. But blank, he will not even attempt. Like, and he gets so frustrated. And he will cry, tantrums and stuff like that. Now,
you just leave
he plays on it sometimes, but as soon as he realizes, no, I've got no way around this thing, I have to do it.
He'll sit down and do everything.
He will do everything himself. So I'm just chill.
This is amazing.
And then I went to my auntie, a teacher who raised me up. So she was teaching in rich schools, and she was like, we used to have a kid, right? This kid would wander off classroom. It was that bad that they needed to bring someone from home to just come and sit with the teacher. When he goes away, the teacher cannot leave the rest of the kids. That person will be following him around, and he's now like at the University of
Technology.
Can you imagine? So guys, you're listening.
He said the school. He said at that point it was Mrs. Ofori. Mrs. Ofori was from Australia, white Australian. Mrs. Ofori, that was her mantra. Just let him go
mingle
with the kids.
Yes.
So it does help. Sometimes it's like scary because you're thinking you're going against science.
Yeah.
But maybe the science, this is also science, isn't it? Like, is it learning by association? I don't know.
Wow.
And then these days, you see, he's become more sociable. He doesn't withdraw anymore. And when we were in UK, he used to withdraw a lot, especially going to like public gatherings, he will never say. So what happened was AJ will go, Micky will go, and then I will be at home with him. Because I couldn't stand it when
he couldn't mess with people. The best thing ever happened to me was I put on this music by a Nigerian, I think, fine boy, they called Bandana, and he sang the first verse. Hey! And I was like, he was dancing and singing the first verse.
Now you'll be singing Burna Boy then.
I don't know if it's growth or but I think he's found himself.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at it like in a year, even less than a year, this is amazing.
He's found himself. He's more confident now, and then he's one of the most assertive people I've ever come across.
I don't want this.
He doesn't like this. He doesn't like. If he likes, it's for him. You go for it.
Sentences are getting longer as well.
And then he's becoming more conscious of his environment. And I'm so grateful to God that he made that decision.
This is powerful. This is powerful. And that is we're talking about fear. What holds us back? Sometimes it's just, we've all had stories about the past, like doing investment here, building a house or land, and then it will go wrong. And the thing is, sometimes these things can hold you back. Can hold you back. And I've gone through the same thing. I said, oh no, Ghana, Ella, let's buy a house here, relax near the beach side, relax. But the funny thing is that because we are a big family, every time we try to buy a house, it will go through because in UK. So I told my friend, this is going to be the last one. If it doesn't go through, then we move. And it didn't go through. And it was supposed to go through. And then we move. I'll share this story in detail. But there is always the past is there. And you have to renew your mind. Because the belief system that you had, you see, that can hold you back. And things have changed. Not everybody's bad here. You can, I mean, I've met great people everywhere in the UK. If you look at the handymen, if you don't get a good one, they
cowboys.
They can get some. Yeah. So I'm very happy that look at the how you moved. It was through the sun. And now look at maybe the space too. It's got much space.
Well, that is something that
space.
They come back from school and then they have a whole compound.
They have a whole compound. Like the girls, when they come, you see them running around playing badminton, chasing each other here.
That's it.